Hello everyone, welcome to the next installment of Am I the Asshole? If you love hearing Reddit tales, it would really support the channel if you could give us a like or subscribe. Let's dive into our first story right away. Am I the asshole for failing to take care of my sister's dog while she was in labor? I'm 21F, and my older sister, 25 female, and I have always been close, but we tend to clash because she's a perfectionist and gets hostile when things don't go her way. One night, she called to say she was going into labor and asked me to watch her puppy. I agreed, and she gave me detailed instructions, including putting the dog in a safety harness when taking him outside. Later, I took the dog out and brought him back in, but I hadn't fully taken off his harness when he ran toward the living room where my mom was on FaceTime with my sister's boyfriend. I finished taking the harness off, but minutes later I got angry texts from my sister accusing me of mistreating her dog because he was still in the harness for a few extra minutes. Her boyfriend had seen it on the FaceTime call and told her. She then called, yelling that I was lazy and unreliable, and told me and my mom to leave her house immediately. She even said we wouldn't meet the baby until we earned her trust back. At 2 a.m., we left, and I asked her boyfriend what was going on when he arrived. He just brushed me off, saying, "We're having a kid, you don't get an explanation." I spent the night comforting my mom, who was really upset, thinking she might not see her grandchild. The next day, my sister called to apologize and blamed her reaction on stress and hormones. She invited us over to meet the baby, so we went. The visit was fine, but afterward, she asked why I seemed quiet. I calmly told her how hurt I was after being kicked out, insulted, and threatened. I explained that the situation left a lasting negative memory for everyone. Her boyfriend missed moments at the hospital. My mom was devastated, and now her in-laws probably think we can't handle helping her. I just wanted her to acknowledge my feelings. Instead, she got defensive again, saying she stood by everything she said and that I was disgusting for trying to put a dark cloud over her baby's birth. She then asked me to leave, which I did. We haven't spoken since, and while I understand she's under a lot of stress, I'm left wondering if I'm wrong for wanting my feelings to be acknowledged. Her boyfriend had seen it on the FaceTime call and told her, "Why would somebody bother a woman who is giving birth with such trivia?" I suspect the boyfriend is trying to isolate her from her family. But also, why would a woman in labor care? And a puppy being in a harness is hardly abuse. Outtrainer had us have the dog wear the harness a few times to get used to it before even using the leash. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Don't let her institute a norm where she gets to use you as a punching bag and you just pretend it's okay, because reasons, it's absolutely not okay. I don't buy that. Having a kid is a free ticket to be an asshole without consequences. If momentary stress causes an unfortunate outburst, there is a remedy for that. A sincere apology and assurance that it won't happen again. If you don't get that, I'd keep my distance if I were you. It's not difficult to predict what you are going to be subjected to if she is allowed to get away with this behavior. To piggyback on this, if OP rolls over this time with being berated for not perfectly watching the puppy, imagine what happens when sister drops baby on OP and OP blinks her eyes one too many times in front of the baby. Your sister does not get to blame hormones on this. She's just acting like a mean and controlling person. She can find someone else to dog sit and potentially babysit if she cannot apologize. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for telling my sisters to take care of their own effing kids? I'm 24 male, the youngest of my parents' 3 kids. My older sisters are Sarah, 28 female, and Liv, 26 female. Sarah and Liv were boyfriends growing up, always together, shared everything. The whole TV trope of close sisters, that was my sisters. The other part that was very TV-like was their anti-boy rhetoric, and specifically anti-brother. They never liked me being near them, and they'd always say I was embarrassing to them, that I was gross, which I wasn't dirty or anything, that they wanted sisters, and not brothers, that boys weren't allowed to play whatever games they were playing. It hurt my feelings as a kid, and they were punished for being cruel on occasion. Not all the time, but it happened a few times, and I know our parents got concerned enough to try therapy. both individual for us all and family therapy together. It was in family therapy when my sisters loudly proclaimed they would never love me or want a brother. They said boys are disgusting and nobody wants them. And they wanted someone to come and take me away forever, so they never had to see me again. My parents put a lot of focus into giving me outside focuses too, so the stuff with my sisters wouldn't destroy me. It wasn't always perfect. I did wish at a younger age that my sisters would care, but I had friends, hobbies, activities, and stuff to keep me distracted, and my parents kept working on my sisters' treatment of me, because it went beyond just not being close. Their attitude toward me did not change. I was very much in the not family camp when Sarah got married, and when Sarah and then Liv started having babies, I was not included or invited to anything, even to meet their kids when they were born. I was not sent any announcements. My parents and other family got those. I'm not even their social media friend follower. They both have accounts set to permission needed to follow. I'm truly over it them by now. I know nothing will change, and honestly I don't want to. And F the whole don't hold kids' actions against them because they have not been kids for years. Now they have some kids that are a bit older, and both sisters want to work. They tried to share a nanny and babysitter, but I guess they got tired of paying for both, for different occasions. So they approached me to be a babysitter. They told me I should help take care of their kids since I'm supposed to be family or whatever. I asked if they were serious, and then I rolled my eyes at them hard. They said I had a shitty attitude. I told them they can take care of their own effing kids, and they won't be using me after 24 years of wanting my existence to go away. They accused me of being as bad as them for responding in the way that I did. Am I the asshole? And yeah, they clearly told you they didn't want you in their family and went out of their way to exclude you even as adults. You owe them nothing. They are basically strangers to you who happen to be related to your family. And accusing you of being as bad as them is absurd. They got their wish. No brother. They should deal with it. Ob's not the asshole. My main concern is if they have had any sons, seeing as they hate boys and all that. Though obvious don't hate boys enough, have not procreated. But seriously, I hope they're decent to their kids, as they have no track record of decency. Not the asshole. The next time they try to bully you and use the "we're family" beasts, I would respond by saying, neither one of you ever considered me as your brother for years and called me dirty and disgusting for committing the crime of something I had no control over, and that was being born as a boy. So why should I help two disgusting human beings who never considered me one to help out with your children who I never met because you despise me so much that you never wanted me anywhere near them? We're family, huh? So what was the last birthday, holiday, or any event whatsoever you willingly wanted to spend time with me at? Not the asshole. Not your responsibility to look after their kids. Especially not for free, and for people so ungrateful. You'd be a constant pawn for them and would lose out on your own life over their poor choices. Grandparents, or back to the babysitter for them. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books? I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.